Hello you guys. Happy New Year. Happy January. Happy 2022. I've been taking a little time off, as you guys have noticed. I'm so happy to be back to YouTube. I have missed you guys so much. I've missed making videos. I just wanted to have like a little sit down chat and just kind of give you guys like a life update, tell you what's been on my mind, what the vibe is for the new year. I got my iced chai, you already know. I'll kind of go over like my vision boards for this year and show you guys what I'm thinking. But really I just wanted to like sit down and have a chat. So as you guys know, if you follow me on TikTok, I deleted my Instagram app. I also talked about some of the podcasts and gave kind of the backstory of why I did that. I realized at the end of the year, I was like, okay, like what are my goals for this new year? How do I want to feel more importantly? Like what are some changes that I could make to my life that would like really improve it? And one of the main things that I've been fighting for so long has just been my addiction to Instagram and just how it makes me feel. It's just been like this for so long because it is literally my main source of income. And so I felt like, well, even though it doesn't make me happy, like I can't get rid of it because it's like, well, that's how I make like a majority of my money. So that would be so stupid of me to just, you know, get rid of it. But at the end of the day, like I've just realized how important my mental health and creativity and my capacity is. And that is the most important thing to me in life. It doesn't matter if I'm saying goodbye to some money that I am going to be making. I need to put myself first. I gotta put me first. I had this moment where I was like, I'm deleting my Instagram app. I only thought I would do it for like a week just to give myself like a refresh for the new year. And after a week, I was like, yeah, no, I'm feeling so happy. I literally feel like I'm thriving. Like mentally, I just feel so clear. I don't want it back yet. So it's been like 3 weeks now without it, I think. I deleted it before the new year even started. It's really a hard balance because I have like some brands that I'm working with and some brand deals and stuff that are still happening on Instagram, but I'm not posting personal stuff. And so then I had this other weird like just mental battle where I was like, oh, well, I don't want to be just posting like ads. So I haven't been taking on any new brand deals or anything this year for Instagram, but it's just that I have some that were already going on from last year. And the reality is I'm not going to say goodbye to Instagram because it's where I started my career. I have built a platform over the past like decade on there and I'm so grateful for it. If you guys, I'm sure most of you found me on Instagram. That's where I got my start and I'll never like slap the hand that feeds me. Like I'm so grateful for Instagram, but I also had to just have like a healthy boundary with myself and be like, this does not make you happy. You spend so much time mindlessly scrolling. The comparison just gets like really out of control for me on there for some reason. I don't know what it is about Instagram specifically that's just been really not good for my mental health lately. So I said goodbye. I feel like when you're a creator and you have a bunch of different platforms, like I'm so proud of myself that I have like all these different platforms that I've built up because I think it's awesome. But at the same time, I've realized that when you have seriously like every platform, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, podcast, literally just one of those could be a full-time job, to be honest. Like, especially if you have a big platform, like just maintaining one social media is it can be a lot of work if you're like trying to update it every single day. And to do 5 of them or however many I just mentioned, like it has just gotten to a point where I'm like, oh my gosh, like at this point I'm not even living my life. Like I'm just creating content. And I know that that's where the weird balance is because it is my life, but it does take me away from the moment. Like I'm not able to be fully present when I'm vlogging and making TikToks and taking Instagram photos. It gets so messy with your real life to where you can't, like for me, I'm such an overachiever and I've always been like a perfectionist where I'm like, I want to create the best content I can. So when I have an opportunity, when I'm at the beach and there's a beautiful sunset, I'm like, oh, we could make a cute TikTok here. It's like gorgeous. But I also need to get like Instagram stories just because it's so pretty. But then I should also get an Instagram photo for my feed because like that would be really cute on my feed right now. I've been wanting more effortless, just like fun photos. Okay, get one of me on film and then on iPhone. Oh, but wait, like let's get like camcorder footage for the vlog too. Like, do you see how that's just like, oh my gosh, at that point, you didn't watch the sunset. Like you just were filming 24/7. It's my own fault because I can set boundaries for myself and be like, okay, I'm going to watch the sunset tonight. I'm not like really looking to get content. I'm just looking to live my life. But those weren't boundaries that I was setting. So it was like every event I was at, like every trip I was on, anything that we're doing that's like picturesque, I'm like, well, I have to get content. Like that's my job. And I want to get it on every single platform because like it will help every single one of them. At the end of the day, the most important thing is that I'm happy and that I'm thriving mentally. and that I have the space to even like be creative and think of new ideas, that I don't feel obligated to film every aspect of everything. And I thought one of the main things that I need to cut out is like Instagram stories, like because I feel this weird need to take a photo of every single thing I'm doing so I can update my Instagram stories. So I was like, I don't want to do stories just for a little bit, like for a few weeks. I was like, I just need to like stop because that's so overwhelming to keep up with it. And then I was kind of like, well, I might as well just like also not post on my feed, like there's really no need. And that's what led me to the choice of deleting Instagram fully, to just give myself a second. The reason I still have TikTok is because I love it. I think it's so freaking fun. I think it's so funny. I really enjoy it, and I don't feel much pressure on there. I don't, for some reason, I don't know what it is about TikTok that just makes me feel like it's not as big of a deal and it's just fun. It reminds me a lot of how I felt about Instagram in the beginning. It's been so inspiring and so fun, which is exactly the best type of headspace to be in to create awesome content, is when you're just genuinely liking it and having fun. And I do feel the same way about YouTube. I think, again, there's a balance there that I'm trying to figure out, and I actually don't know exactly what my like upload schedule is going to be for this new year, and if I want to do weekly vlogs or if I want to just like vlog once a week during like one full day. I'm trying to figure that out. Wow, I was like, oh, I don't need to go into it, like you just listen to the podcast, and then I legitimately just told so much detail about everything. But I guess that's just how I feel when I get in front of the camera for YouTube. I'm like, let me talk about all this. So that's where I'm at with that whole situation. I'm just feeling really good. Like, I don't know how else to explain it other than I feel so happy lately, because I think I've gotten to a place also where I've truly let go of a lot of expectations of like getting pregnant. That was just like, because I had that expectation last year, and because I was doing fertility treatments and they weren't working, I spent so much of last year feeling so sad, just feeling depressed, feeling like I wasn't doing good enough. And I feel like I was almost even like numbing the pain of that, like with even more social media. And I'm just like, I need to strip back this year and like just focus on things that make me happy. I'm working on some really exciting stuff that you guys are going to love and that I am so passionate about. Let's talk about like my vision for this year a little bit, and my like vision boards and stuff. I created them for like different like subjects, not subjects and not topics either, different areas of life, I guess. I just love vision boards because they inspire me a lot. But I wanted to say this, I do feel like vision boards can be kind of damaging if like, it depends on I don't mean to make this deeper than it is, but like it depends on the relationship you have with it, because they can like make you reach for something and kind of never be content with where you're at in life. Because chances are your life is already like beautiful and amazing in its own way, but then when you're constantly like, I want this type of life, I want this type of life, and then the following year it's like, okay, now I want this type of life, then you're maybe never just being content and like happy with where you're at. So this past year, first of all, like I feel like, again, I am someone who's hypercritical of myself, always been an overachiever, always been like, oh, that was cool that I did that, but like on to the next, like what's my next thing? Just because I love to have goals and like I feel like I'm a very naturally driven person. So that's an awesome quality, but it can be dangerous when it's like, okay, now what? At the end of this past year, I was like, okay, what did I do this year that was like awesome? And let me like really sit in that. When I was in high school, if you would have like given me a picture of my life today, like I would be in awe. Why am I crying, y'all? It's because I was just talking to Danny and Rachel about this in the car when we were on our way home from Malibu. I was saying, like, if you would have told Chelsea and I that in high school that we had a podcast together that was like just got verified on Instagram and like is on the top charts, like I legitimately would be stunned, like that, and that we live 5 minutes apart from each other in Orange County, California. Like I don't think that I can truly wrap my head around like how proud I would be, because that's literally was like our ultimate dream. Like we would joke around about like being neighbors when we were older, having like a TV show together, like just stuff like that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, we literally like created this, like we made this happen. And like what? I think it's just so easy for me to be like, oh, I've done some cool stuff, but like I need to do better, like I need to do more. And when I like really take a step back, I'm like, wow, I've done so many things that I am so proud of myself. Like and the reason I'm sharing that is because all of us have done that, and whether or not you've like reached your ultimate dream, like I still have so many dreams I would love to reach in life, but it's not even about that. It's like I was even looking back at my fertility journey this year, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like there were so many months that I just like was so unhappy. But overall, when I like really take a look at just my attitude and stuff, I'm like, I'm so proud of myself that like I've remained so positive towards the end of the journey. And I'm just trying to like recognize my strengths more. I literally made a note in my phone of like my strengths, because for me, I'm so self-deprecating and I'm so critical of myself that I don't do that very often. So it's like I don't really ever sit and like, I'm like, wow, I've done a lot of good things. Like I'm just always like, oh, what could I do? Again, how can I be better? And like, oh, I really struggle with this. I need to work on that. But I've realized that the more you're like focusing on your weaknesses, it just makes you a little bit unhappy. It's not to say we shouldn't strive to be the best version of ourselves, but I just feel like it's awesome to sit down and be like, what am I proud of myself for? Like, wow, I've actually done a lot more than I think I have, and like I'm proud of who I am and like the way I've handled A, B, and C, whatever it is. Again, you don't have to have reached your ultimate goal in life yet, but I just think we all need to be less hard on ourselves and like realize that we've done so much. So that's something that I did at the end of the year. And the reason I brought that up with the vision board thing is because I feel like it's awesome to reach for something, but it's also awesome to like love where you are now and be like, I'm so proud of who I am, and like I love the things that I'm working on at this exact moment. I don't need more, but it also at the same time, it's fun to visualize and think of goals. Leif and I love visualizing about our future dream home. I don't see that as like, oh, we're not happy where we are. We love this house. We love where we are, but we can't wait to like buy a home one day and customize it and like have it be everything we want. Anyway, I did this like relationship mood board or vision board, and it's just like a bunch of fun photos of like travel and going on date nights and stuff like that, because I just want to have like more fun this year in general. I feel like especially because Leif and I work together, sometimes it can just get kind of monotonous, and I just want to keep things extra fun, you know? The next one is friendships. I'm looking for more girls trips this year. Every girls trip I've ever gone on with my friends has literally been so fun. When we went to Paris before COVID and everything, but with Danny, Rachel, and Chelsea, like that was so fun. When I went to Santa Barbara for my birthday last year, so fun. When we went to Malibu this year for kind of like my late birthday celebration, so fun. Like it just allows me to connect deeper with my friends and have the best time. All of the pictures on here, I was just like, I just want to travel more with my friends. For my career, like I mentioned, I have been working on some stuff that is extremely exciting to me that I think you guys are gonna freaking love. I'm working on some passion projects. On this, it says spend less time focusing on things you want less of and more time focusing on things you want more of. That's also kind of just like a huge motto for me this year, is not being like, I need to do less of this, I need to be better, but just being like, what do I want more of in my life? If I want more health in my life, I'm focusing on adding healthy things in, not removing unhealthy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Again, for my career this year, I just want to take really fun photos, keep going on TikTok. It's just so fun to me. Keep dreaming until it's my reality. The next thing is health, and this is a massive one for me this year. I know everyone could probably relate. I feel like when the start of a new year comes up, it's just so natural to be like, okay, I want to be on my health grind. I've been working out 4 to 5 times a week in January, and I freaking love it. I'm actually gonna work out after I record this video. I got my workout set on, and why I need a little like, oh hello, caffeine for some fuel. But I am weightlifting. I'm doing the power program still, which I've done like many times. They have different variations of the program, but we set up our outside gym, or in our garage. We actually painted the wall. Remember how it was red? We painted it white. We got a new squat rack and kind of are just making it a little bit more aesthetically pleasing. Rachel's been coming over to work out with me a few times a week, and I've just been really like on the fitness grind. Been like drinking protein shakes after my workout so I can build muscle. And it's been really fun. I know it's only the 3rd week of January or whatever, so obviously it's easy to stay a little bit more motivated, I think, at the very beginning of the journey, and what's hard is like sticking with it. But for now, I've been really enjoying it. I've followed some fitness girls on TikTok, and that's also been just like keeping me inspired. And I just want to have a lot of energy and get a lot stronger this year, so that's my goal. Okay, Next is for the mind. I want to spend a lot more time reading this year. I definitely love reading. It's hard to get into sometimes. Like, it's just so much easier and honestly more exciting to scroll on your phone or watch a TV show. But I really just want to do more reading. I want to do more just relaxing in general and recharging. Literally until probably last year, I did not understand the concept of like that resting can be productive. I was just like, oh, resting equals lazy. So I don't want to be lazy. Therefore, I need to like, even reading to me felt not lazy. It's not like I judge other people for that. It's just for myself. I'm like, oh, I could be doing much more productive things. And I've kind of realized like, no, I need that time to like sit down and read and write and like just be alone with my thoughts, or even working out as a part of that. It's a moment where I'm fully present and I feel good, and I think it's good for my mental clarity as well. But I've just realized that recharging is so necessary for every single person ever. And it is productive. It can be something that leads you closer to who you want to be. So I'm definitely looking for a little bit more just like peaceful times this year. Next up is travel. Obviously, the past few years haven't traveled very much with the state of the world and everything going on. And I'm really hoping that I can do more of that this year. We just booked a really fun trip for summer. I actually need to get my passport figured out like literally immediately for that. But I have a few places just like on my list that I want to travel to this year. So I'm hoping that we can make that a reality, and already I'm just very, very excited about the thought of it, even because it's been so long. And lastly, we have money. I always say to Leif, the reason that I want to have money is for experiences and for giving back, helping people around me, helping my family and friends, helping myself. And also, yes, there's an element of I want to buy what I want. Like, I want to have the things that I want. I honestly like hesitate even talking about it because I feel like it sounds so materialistic. It is not the most important thing at all, but it's very nice to feel financially stable, financially secure, and it gives you opportunities to do more of what you love and to go after your dreams even further. And for me, like, I'm so much about investing in myself, investing in general. I would rather spend my money on a plane ticket than buy a designer bag. Or like, I would rather invest in a future business than spend money on whatever, like super expensive clothes or shoes. Like, I have my staples and I like quality things over quantity for sure. All I'm really trying to say here is that like my main motivation of making money is so that I can do fun things with my friends and family, have just experiences that I want to have in life and not worry about money so much. That is a huge motivation of mine, and some of these things on here kind of represent like the experiences of life. Leif and I have been thinking about getting a second car. We've only had one car the entire time we've been married, so like 6 years at this point almost. And it's definitely been a few times lately that we're like, dang, it would be really nice to have another car, because obviously when one of us is gone, the other one's kind of stuck here, or we have to like Uber and stuff. So that's been on our minds lately. I also just like having nice like skincare and being able to pay to like get facials, or again, just like take care of myself. And I don't talk about that side of me a lot because I don't want to come across as materialistic. The intentions of why you want to make money, that's what matters. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be financially secure, financially stable, financially thriving. I hate to be this person, but I also think if a guy's talking about it, it's like, oh, that's awesome, very inspiring. And then if a girl talks about it, she's like materialistic or something. That's just the vibe I get. So those are all of the little vision boards that I made. It didn't take me a long time at all. I made them on Canva. If you guys want to make them, you can literally just get like photos from Pinterest and screenshot them and then put them on a little Canva board. Also, you can literally just make Pinterest boards and like make them private. I do that a lot as well for inspo and stuff. As you can tell, I just want to have fun. I want to be thriving. I want to hang out with you guys. I want to be more unapologetic and just not care as much, I guess, in general. I feel like the older I get, honestly, the more comfortable I become in who I am, and the less I do feel like, oh no, I'm nervous, because I just like feel so secure that I'm like, it doesn't really matter if people don't get it or if they don't agree. Like, I just need to be myself. So that's where I'm at. I feel like I've been on a massive like self-growth journey the past year, and specifically the past like 6 months. I'm becoming more and more, well, I'm growing up. I don't know. I'm getting older and I'm just like realizing things, as Kylie Jenner says. So thank you guys so much for 100,000 followers. So crazy. That happened right at the end of last year. right before the new year. No, it happened on Christmas. So I think I talked about it in my last vlog. So thank you guys for the best Christmas gift ever. I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. I'm so excited to do more YouTube this year. Follow me on TikTok if you want even more updates. You're not allowed to drink chai. I'm gonna be vlogging really soon, so stay tuned for some fun vlogs, some fun videos. I love you guys so much. I hope you had a wonderful start to your new year. 2022 is our year, ladies and gentlemen. I love you guys, and I will see you very soon.